Peace. This is Star with the Star Bloom. So, y'all with me tonight, okay? 11, 13, 6. Come on, spirit. Okay. So, I literally was. Give me 1 second. So, I had to read my notes, y'all. I'm over here. I had to go back to my notes and read them because I wanted to make sure that what I was sharing was where I was at with it. A lot of the times when you don't have your card, sometimes it'll come through however it makes sense to you and you'll get it. You know, I heard so many channel messages, y'all. First of all, y'all, I bust my shit, okay? I was walking and it was almost like I wasn't here, but I was here. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's like I double step, triple step. I've always done this, okay? My whole life, but I haven't failed in a long, long, long time. It made me think of I think it's like everywhere all at once or something like that. What's happening or when I don't know. It's like a movie where janky stuff happens and it's almost like I went somewhere. You know, I don't know. Y'all get it, okay? So the light. So messages been coming in. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But I wanted to say that because there's one thing that I feel like I know a couple of my clients is looking at this. I've never said this per se, but a lot of the times when we're healing, it could be looked at and perceived 152, thank you, spirit. It could be looked at and perceived as constantly almost quantum shifting and like going through portals and stuff like that. And it looks like almost like you're moving away from the space that you're supposed to be meeting at because you're never stopping. And I noticed just like in general, not just with myself, but as I stated, like clients, people who I'm in, community with and connection with, how we all basically shared how there's this, it's like we're all quantum shifting, quantum leaping, solstice is coming. Even being in like the Mercury retrograde window phase. There's a tongue tie. But and I'm trying to be positive, y'all, cause my body's sore. Okay, I'm hurting bad. I'm hurting real hard. But I'm sitting in the car. I didn't want to mess up my baby fun. So she in here having fun. She's still having her little fun. But anywho, let's stay focused, okay? I wanted to share this how you know when you be trying to like get the channel out and it might not necessarily be time for it. If it's not necessary, then I'm gonna delete this. Okay. But I just wanted to be in the space of instead of me just sitting here. I don't want to scroll on social media because I'm just sitting in the car. But let's stay focused, y'all. My bad. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Basically, I was processing like a couple of different things. And I noticed that when we go through certain quantum leaps, when we shift at a quantum rate, right? Some of us make it a habit of doing these things in tandem to our shadow work. And it's almost like just this revelation of knowing that quantum shifting, quantum leaping is really, really just changing your frequency. It's a quantum frequency change, altering of your, I don't want to say your essence, but of your aura. You might have not been able to carry so much. You elevate yourself in these, I was about to say quantum realms. That sounds so loud. But in these realms that we find ourselves to be in these portals that are opening up in support of us, right? A lot of the times, if we're in, I don't want to say perfect, but we're in a high vibrational frequency, we're able to actually move through at our rate, specifically for us. And it's almost like we're supported by like the planets, by the portals that's opening up, by the lining up. Even quantum Mercury retrograde will be good for you. You don't go through what a lot of people go through. We still have like issues with communication, technology, transportation, and stuff like that, but it doesn't hit you the way that it may have before. A lot of people, even when you think about how people feel like, okay, Mercury retrograde, people start coming back. If you've healed, it's not required, okay? If you've healed, it's not required for people. They won't be able to match the frequency. And if you're moving, that's why they were telling me to hold on. That's why I be holding on, because I know there'd be more. It'd be a way that I could share it while it's coming in. That's like, but I'm gonna say it anyways. You're constantly moving. You never stop. You're always in flow. So it's never about staying still or being at one specific place. It's always about being in step with you, right? And because you're in step with self, with the concepts that we've all cultivated, even though it's now part of an algorithm, it's now part of like a trend. Quantum shifting is, they said it's a cultural thing, but quantum shifting is incredibly real. However, it's not as dormanted as we like to believe it is, thinking that we're basically going from this rate to a next. It's almost like layer upon top of layer upon top of layer upon top of layer upon top of layer. You could look at it as a ladder almost, you know? You might just be going up a stairway. You might just be going up a floor. You might go up 4 floors. You might be able to live in a space where, and it's not that you're bypassing the lessons that come with. And I don't think it's about lessons either. Because when we get so caught up on healing, we be lesson based, so we're always going towards a lesson. We miss the experience. I believe it's about coming into contact and encountering the things that could have kept you, or maybe been in a rate to where they could have created a vice or been a challenge for you. You healing these things allow you to move through these shifts, these elevations, this ascension, in a way to where you're capable of moving and taking on the check boxes. So it's almost like energetically, as I said, your body singing this song, everything is energy, and you're going through different levels and stuff, and it's like you're checking out the box. Okay, her energy has all of these codes, like a boop 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 boop, and your body going boop 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 boop. You get to go through type of like that, and it just keeps on going forward, moving forward. However, when we're aware that it's really, really just shifting your frequency, you could just actually ensure that your frequency is high. You could take herbs to help you with your frequency. You can continue to detox and make sure that your frequency is where it needs to be at. There's so many things that you could do that will make it look and perceive to be, at a rate. I don't think that it is. I believe that it's just everything being in alignment. It all being connected. You being able to be at a rate to where it's not so much as it'll just be, this is Saturday. It won't be, oh my God, I got to do the spiritual bath. I got to do this. I'm not supposed to do this. It'll just be like, oh, okay. You know, it'll be normal. But it takes time for you to allow yourself to get in the conditioning of what it is that you desire to be your true north at this point. And having a whole, I feel like a holistically fulfilled life, you know, maintaining and actually prioritizing wellness over your mind, over your being, okay, your soul, over your body, and allowing yourself to like be at and in and how in the ways that you want to. Why is this important? Okay. Spirit says, I'm trying to send something to you, but you keep on living in this space. There's somebody, okay? I don't know who this is for, but may it find you in peace. May you only take it for the elevation that it's meant to give you. It's not meant to put you back in the either victim baiting or a weighed down state. A lot of the times when we come out of the space of making the decisions and we choose, sometimes the environment doesn't change immediately, and it may still seem like we're in a rate to where we need more because our space hasn't actually elevated with us. Allow yourself to become whole within you so that even the outside of you will start to actually be in participation of the changes and the shifts that you made purposely. I hope that this makes sense. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Yes, you're shifting. However, it's way more about you changing your frequency. Okay. I love y'all. All right. Do it intentionally and be open.